The Spy, written by Anti the Killer. Chapter 1. I lay on the couch with my headphones on, the loud music blasting into my ears and blocking out all the noise around me. It helped distract me from the task I had to do next. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been in a gang of villains. I have a team of 4 in total, but we sometimes call in other people to help out if needed, though that's not often. Felix is our leader, but not quite our boss. Our boss never showed their face, so we don't know who they are. Felix is the only person who speaks to them, really. Felix has the ability to learn anything. He mostly uses this to change his voice or learn a different language on a mission. He can also manipulate fire and control people's minds. Cry is our hacker. He has the ability to control technology, so he can manipulate computer systems, power plants, and other electrical things. He can shut off the power to the entire world if he wanted, but chose not to because he can get into conflict with himself because of a voice in his head. Since he can see into other people's minds and their past, he went a little crazy at one point, and Felix had to create a second mind so he wouldn't go completely insane. Cry is really talented with his hands and can forge very useful pieces of technology. His mask, for instance, has 10 different types of vision and has ultra hearing, so he can hear people over 100 meters away, even through walls. Cry can also manipulate people's minds, but leaves it to Felix more after going crazy. He only does it if he really has to. His last power is to phase through walls. This comes in handy more than expected. Ken is our headstrong fighter. He has super strength and speed, so he can take out a whole gang of enemies in under a minute. But he's not that good at stealth because of his well-built body. He hits things and can fit through small spaces like me, but he can turn invisible, so it's harder for enemies to see him if he does get stuck or something. I am the spy and assassin of the group. I've killed all the important people and even some secondary people that get in my way. I can use telekinesis and telepathy, fly, and use shadow magic. Shadow magic makes it easier for me to travel, fight people, and stay hidden when on missions. Sounds like damn. It made me the most needed of the group. I could easily overpower the whole group if I wanted, but we're all friends, and I'm fine with following orders. If I was alone, I'd probably mess everything up. Felix and Cry helped me learn to control my powers when I was younger. They were already under the boss's rule by then, and Ken came along shortly after. We were all trained under intense conditions and came out on top. No one has ever caught or spotted us. We are the most wanted villains in the world. I had drifted off to sleep when I was shaken awake by strong arms. I groaned and took my headphones off. Looking up at the blonde in front of me, he had a stressed look on his face. He must have been talking to the boss. He always looks stressed after seeing the boss. Get ready for the mission. It's located in America. Boss already has a place for you to stay at. You're sharing it, though, so be careful. You leave in an hour, so hurry, he said tiredly before walking away. I groaned before getting up and going to my room and getting my gear. I used telekinesis to pack everything else before walking into the meeting room. Want anything to eat before you leave, little buddy? Ken asked as he made what looked like burgers. Ken made pretty awesome burgers, so I couldn't resist. I nodded and he beamed. He enjoyed cooking for all of us. Cry sat at the table messing with what appeared to be glasses, but looked up at me when he saw me. Oh, Jack, I finished making a new gadget you can use. It allows you to have night vision, x-ray vision, and all that sort. it automatically adjusts to its surroundings, and you can use those to make it change so you don't have to worry about learning how to use it. It can replace your old set that broke, he said in a rather excited voice. Thanks, Pi. I'll add it with my gear, I said as I lifted my gear suitcase up and carefully put them inside. I smiled at him and he nodded. After eating, I grabbed my stuff and entered Felix's room. He sat with his head on his desk and his arm wrapped around his messy blonde hair. I let out a sigh and quickly wrote a note saying I had left before checking the papers on his desk for the location I was going to. An apartment in LA, America. Great. I'm going to burn in the heat. I summoned dark magic to teleport me through shadows from Felix's room to the apartment complex. Luckily, no one was around, and Chris scrambled the cameras so no one knew how I got here. I walked up to the front desk and rung the bell. A short, thin male came out with bright blue hair. He looked way too happy for my own comfort, but I forced a fake smile on my face. Ah, you must be Jack. I was informed you should be arriving soon, he said cheerfully. I nodded after checking my fake IDs to check it was really me. After checking my fake IDs to check if it was really me, he handed me a key with a room number and gave me a floor. I resisted the urge to shadow jump to the room and just took the elevator. When I entered the room, a well-built man with red hair sat on the couch. I quickly scanned his mind without showing my presence to discover a bit about him, his powers, name, and a basic layout of the school I was meant to be going to. It was a school that taught you normal school things and how to use your powers. I'm going to have to pretend I don't know what all my powers are to make it seem believable. He turned to me when I walked in, and I noticed immediately how attractive he was. Why didn't Felix warn me he would be attractive? Hello, I'm Mark. You must be Jack, he said in a deep, sexy voice. Oh, God. This is going to be extremely difficult to do. Okay, so that was chapter 1 of The Spy. Sometime later on in the week, I will be uploading another video for chapter 1 of The Hero, which is basically the same story, but written in Mark's point of view instead of Jack's. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.